Yo. Forget all the introductions and stuff. This is our chill stream, but a little bell.
Chilling.
You know, I saw that on the intro. It says unscripted, and I'm thinking maybe we should change that. Change the format. Maybe we should like prepare a script so it goes a little bit smoother.
Oh, it's interesting you said that because I have a script sent.
I think that's a great idea, Aaron. What do you suggest we do?
Yeah, what should we?
Hold on, let me interrupt.
I would like to read from Star Trek 2. I happen to have the screenplay over here.
Excellent. So who is playing whom? Can I play Chekhov?
I want to play Yoda.
He's not in Star Trek. Oh my gosh.
Sorry,
Who's him?
Udall. I want to be one of the we.
I'm a Dalek.
As a expert of sci-fi film, especially specifically Star Trek, without having to have studied before the last trivia, I'm going to have to kick Fraga just for that. Oh God, everyone knows that Yoda isn't in Star Trek.
Yeah, he's in Lord of the Rings.
Oh. Anyway, what's up, everybody? Past Master Son, Krator, Ruby Jade, Tarks 9, Marcus Killigrew, Randy Howell, Fritz Schnitzel, all of our friends. Fritz Schnitzel.
Verstehen Sie nicht auf Rosenheim?
Ach, liebe mein kleiner Affen, Duck Bacon. It's great to see all you guys here. It's great to see my bros. I'm hoping everyone's doing good. Z Comics is in the house as well. We're going to have a fun show tonight. We're going to relax because I don't know if you guys are aware out there. We're all very busy. Very busy. The bros are busy, kicking ass and chewing bubble gum. And guess what? Graham Nolan's all out of bubble gum, ain't you, Graham Nolan?
I'm out.
Graham, how's it going now that that we all know that you're the workout man? You train others, you inspire people by your mere presence and physique at the gym. Have you been missing the gym, or do you still go for your remember you would say that was your social hour?
Yes.
That you would go and hang out. Now, what can you do that you're on the men, bro?
No. Actually, today is the 6-week mark. I am completely cleared. I was in the squat rack today.
In the squat rack.
Yeah.
Nice. Look out.
Nice. What are you squatting at, buddy?
Oh shit, it was light.
Yeah.
It was light.
Yeah. I want to say no Andy. Yes, Marcus Killigrew, you're right. No Andy. Unfortunately, Andy Smith is under the weather, him and the missus. And thank you for asking about Art Thibert too, which no one did. Oh, wait, Art's in the back room. Art should be our Tony Randall. No, Art has it.
And that request came from his wife.
Yeah. Art has a prior engagement with the family, but I think he's coming in later on. So instead of we're going to be pushing Andy Smith's show to next week. Do you guys remember what he said?
No, I don't even remember. I was going to ask.
I think it involved homework.
That's probably why I don't remember.
Yeah, exactly.
All
right,
favorite meats, maybe.
What is it?
Favorite meats, I think.
Oh man,
really?
I have.
I tend to like the ones that I don't get to have. Like my wife, she's legitimately allergic to lamb, so the only time I can have lamb is really like when she's out of town, like now, which I should have bought a rack.
I have not had lamb since I was a kid.
I love lamb.
Yeah,
lamb is so good.
You didn't go out there and get yourself a gyro? You got a Greek place near you? A nice
I don't know.
Zupa.
Opa.
Opa, whatever.
Yeah, he was drunk on ouzo when he said that.
Ouzo's pretty nasty.
Yeah, that stuff is. It's supposed to settle your stomach, though. You know, after your meal, right? Drink a little ouzo.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I've seen
Nobody works over there. Why is their stomach upset?
I don't know.
I know, right? Because they drink ouzo.
Maybe.
Right. It's fine until you had ouzo. I feel a little guilty. Are you talking to Graham about working out, and I'm brushing cookie crumbs out off my.
How do you keep your figure, Aaron? I don't know. I don't get it.
40 years of intense working out. My first 40 years of life, and now I'm just hanging on.
Oh. Man, I've had an ebb and flow. I'm like a lung. I get fat, I get skinny, I get fat, I get...
Yeah. I've been known to do that too, man. I'm heavy right now myself because I've been snacking big time. When I prepare for for a campaign, and you just start putting it together and getting all this stuff, you kind of, you know what I mean? Like, let me grab that bag of Lay's.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, I ate that whole damn bag of Lay's potato chips.
I know. I'm back up. I lost, I don't know, 12 pounds doing the Graham diet, and then I'm back up 8 already. So I'm gonna have to get back on it. Huh?
Did you go off it? Is that why you?
Yeah, I had a little 2-week lapse here where things have not been going well.
How much? Hey, you and I are the same height. How much do you weigh?
Right now?
Yeah,
200.
See, man, you're still light. You're still light, man.
Oh yeah, I'm not grotesque or anything, but you know, I want to get back in shape.
Oh, don't sell yourself short. You are.
Because you're disgusting.
You're grotesque. You're grotesque.
Lopez, are we talking Lopez right now with his ball cap on, his glasses, his shirt, his pants? Or are we talking, I don't know, 7 a.m. Lopez?
Right.
That's 7 a.m. Lopez.
Are we talking
7 a.m.
Nature
Lopez
Boy
is still in bed.
Are we talking Nature Boy Lopez or Nate Lopez right here when you close?
You talking about my weight? You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would I weigh with my clothes on? That's additional weight that isn't really yours. You have to,
right.
I'm going into the shower, so I'm gonna take my weight. That's how you do it.
That's how I do it too.
Mm-hmm.
In the morning, after the Constitution, because I'd lose a few pounds.
That's right. Drop a few pounds in the morning. That's right.
Yeah, I'm not that much lighter than you, Aaron. I'm 185.
You're a heck of a lot thicker than I am right now, Graham. So
I'm a lot shorter too.
That's a muscle weight, though. See, it's all sort of evening out.
I'm 185 too.
I'm 214.
I want to get down to 165 by San Diego now. I don't think I'll be able to do it in the next 2 weeks.
You can do it.
Yeah, I don't think
you can do it.
I don't want to. I know I can. No, I bet you I can. Doing my cleanse with Debbie's 30 days of healthy living. With her,
I don't mess with those cleanses.
I've dropped 25 pounds, but
it's mostly water though. Probably.
Yeah, I don't mess with those cleanses. Like this has been the slowest I've lost ever. I've lost the most I've ever lost before, back when I was 29, turning 30, was 60 pounds, and this is it's a little more. No, sorry, it was 80 pounds. It was 80 pounds. Not this one is 60 pounds. So, and I'm 25 away, right? But I started at 253. I'm at 214 now, but it's been slow. Thank you. But it's been slow. Like the last time I did it, I was losing like 10, 12 pounds a month. And right now, as hard as I'm going, I'm eating right. I'm hitting the gym. I'm only losing about 6, maybe 7 pounds a month.
You're probably losing more fat than muscle weight too, because when you are in a caloric deficit, you tend to lose muscle too. But you're eating a lot of protein, and you're working out with weights. Yeah,
and also there's this stuff called HMB, which allows you to keep more muscle when you're in a deficit. So that's something I take. It's like a supplement called HMB. So it's like. That's all that, like, I went to the vitamin shop and got my regular stuff, but I was asking the guy about that. I said, turning 50, and I was just telling him how things are harder than they used to be. Mostly.
Well, I've already lost
mostly.
I've already lost all my muscle mass, so I'm just working on the fat now, and then I'll be completely gone.
You look like one of those marathon runners.
Hey,
we got a 1776 super chat from the great Sean Ferris. Mr. Ferris,
I got an email from him today.
I sent the 4 of you who will be at New Jersey Comic Fest a message through Indiegogo about going to dinner Friday evening. All the info is on the message, including my cell. Let me know. Thank you for that super chat. I love the numbers too. I thought, thank you very much. I thought we were having our dinner meeting Friday night. I thought we had that planned dinner because I already booked the restaurant.
Well, we got to figure it out.
We'll check your message, Sean. I have not seen it yet. I've been drawing all day, but thank you for that offer to hang with us. That'd be great. But if we don't do the dinner, at least we're still hanging out Friday night afterwards, right?
Yeah.
guys. I mean, what time?
Sure.
I got no kids with me at that show, so I can.
And certainly don't forget the Saturday night cigar Hawaiian shirt
whiskey. Oh shit! I got to make sure I pack that.
Yeah, you better.
Whiskey pack. So we'll be all hanging out there with a lot of folks.
Yep. Flip flops.
CGers.
Flip flops.
Oh, absolutely.
No flip flops.
Come on, Fraga, man.
Come on.
Hawaiian.
I'm going to tell you guys an interesting fact. In fact, the great Jason Statham gave me a nickname because of this fact.
What?
Yeah. I cannot grow any body hair from right below my knee down. So it looks like I shave my legs, but I don't. I'm as smooth as a baby.
Yeah.
Well,
I believe that. I don't have much.
Smooth, like you could see the hair, and then it stops, and all that stuff is smooth.
Hairy for me, buddy. I think you're hairy.
But my nickname from Jason was Shankles, and I said, "Why you call me Shankles?" And he says, "Because you shave your ankles." And so that was my nickname through the entire production. My name was Shankles.
We will not forget that.
Yeah.
Shankles boom.
Yeah, Shankles. So yeah, that's why when you say flip flops, I'm like, I wear shorts, but I don't wear shorts. You
wear shorts to go down to your ankles.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Man, well, speaking of Shankles, and Jason Statham in Hollywood, have you guys seen this today? It was on Bounding Into Comics about James Woods. Hang on, let me get there. Talking about James Wood declares Hollywood is 100 times more evil than your worst fears. Aaron Lopresti, do you believe this?
Because it was 100 times more evil than your worst fears when I was in film school in the late 80s. I can't imagine what it's like now.
Well, someone sent James, who I think James Woods is brilliant. His Twitter feed is just fantastic. But he says, someone says, James, serious question. As someone who has enormous respect for your talent as an actor, I'm curious. How evil is Hollywood? And James says, multiply your worst fears by 100.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed? Definitely.
In this day and age, heck yeah, I do. I agree. It's always been bad. I mean, they used to cover it up back in the golden age of cinema. We didn't know what was going on, but guys like Errol Flynn and Barrymore and others were running rampant and wild, but we just
that wasn't evil. They were just having a good time.
Don't forget the first part of cinema is sin.
Yeah. Let me tell you something very strange. It was a strange tale that I heard from this set photographer when I was working on this horror film. He had a story about James Woods and Christopher Walken, different movies. Same friend who did the same job as him, that when the friend was in the room, Christopher Walken would say, that guy needs to leave. I don't like his energy, right? Like, I just don't like his energy. So his friend was like, oh, well, that sucks. Like, they took him off the set, but it was his job to shoot the photo. But Walken basically just said, I don't like his energy. The guy didn't do anything wrong, right? He was like, I don't get it. So he's on another movie that's got James Woods, and same thing happens. James Woods says, that guy, he needs to go, right?
Huh.
So the guy, he goes outside, and he's bummed out, and he goes to have a cigarette, and he's left the building, and he's out there having a cigarette. He feels a tap on his shoulder. It's James Woods, and James Woods says, when I say I need you to go, I need you to just go, leave.
Dang.
And anyway, this guy said, I don't know why it happened to him and happened twice, but when I think about both of those actors, especially James Woods, those guys are kind of strange in their own rights, and I wonder if they are they feel energies that we don't feel, and maybe that thing was just harshing their mellow, like that guy's frequency or whatever he was putting out was fucking them up. Weird story. Yeah, weird story.
Weird. I mean, this poor guy is probably a regular guy, and I'm wondering if the other dudes are weirdos.
But twice?
Twice it happened.
Twice? Yeah. The same guy?
Yeah.
And what do you say? It's like
maybe he's got a shitty attitude. Maybe
yeah,
he's like,
maybe.
fool me
Yeah.
once, shame on me, or what was that? Yeah, fool me
he's
once,
like
shame
that guy
on
at the
you, fool me
grocery
twice,
store,
shame on me, right?
checking you out.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing too, is like actors don't like you looking at them when they're working,
Right.
you know, because it fucks them all up. That humans can feel eye contact. It should just be like once they're rolling, you should wait, unless you're the director or the cameraman, you should wait until the take is done.
Well, how do they do it on stage then when the whole friggin' audience is looking?
It's a different thing. It's
Acting.
a different thing. It's a different thing. I
Yeah,
mean, movie acting. It's a
Why not
different
try
thing.
acting, dear boy?
Acting.
That's
like
such a great line.
Yeah, that's so great.
That was like what you would call me. Stop that. What was it saying? Yeah, it was Howard Stern actually, but they were talking about how Russell Crowe, when he was shooting not Mutiny on the Bounty, what's the film he made?
Captain and Commander.
Captain and Commander. He had all the men on the ship to learn how to sew buttons onto their uniforms and to polish their shoes using the type of shoe brush that they use in 1760 or whenever the film was.
Is this the director or was it?
No, Russell Crowe, the star. This is what he demanded of his men. And Stern, who I'm no big fan of, but he had a great point. He's like, you never heard, and he had to get so into the character that he had to do this. And everything he did was shaving with the straight razor that they shaved with. And he just said, can you see Laurence Olivier doing this shit, or John Wayne? Like, it's acting.
Yeah.
That's what,
like, just pretend. Just pretend.
That's all. Just pretend.
That's what you do for a living. You pretend.
Right.
Yeah, but all we do for a living is scribble our little pictures. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but those scribbling those little pictures, buddy.
Not me. My guys at the gym tell me all I do is press a button and shit it out.
Oh, holy crap.
That's what they tell me. I do. Oh, yeah, you and your computer, you just press a button and just shit it out.
Wow. See, I didn't even get that. I just get like, you don't work.
Oh, God.
How about that one? They're like, well, you draw because you love it. I'm like, no, I draw for money.
That's right.
You draw that the other day. Yeah. Like, well, you draw for the love. I'm like, no, I draw for the money. That's why I draw.
Aaron draws for the love. Aaron,
right.
the only guy I know that takes
would waste their time working on this if you didn't love it, right?
That's true, Aaron.
That's beautiful.
That's Quisp.
Yeah, from the cereal.
Yeah, working on him. Not done yet.
So I don't know if you guys kicked down on the Kickstarter for the Dave Stevens Drawn to Perfection documentary.
I've not seen that.
Okay, well I got it in the mail yesterday, and I was able to watch a little of it before I went to bed. So good.
I didn't think I knew about it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I got that. Is it DVD or did you get a digital?
It's a Blu-ray. Yeah, Blu-ray. It came with a comic. It's got like a Jay Lee story, an Adam Hughes story. Yeah. But it was really good. But Bill Ray, I don't know if you guys know Bill Ray's work, but he had said something in there that felt like I felt very seen. He said, Dave is a perfectionist. He said, but it's a trap. He said, don't overbite something that you can't chew because you will never be happy. And I thought that was like the most profound thing I've ever heard.
That is profound. I like that a lot, actually.
So I wrote Bill out and I took a screenshot and I quoted his quote. I said, dude, fuck you. This is amazing. Yeah.
He's an incredible painter.
Oh, yeah. Dude, he's good at everything he does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good stuff. So we're doing trivia tonight. Was that a legit thing?
Oh, I don't know. I figured we ask Aaron some trivia questions.
I got one for Aaron.
One or two.
Aaron.
Do you have one now? Or do you
I have one right now.
Go?
I have one ready to go.
Oh.
Okay.
What was the name of Ripley's cat in Alien?
Spot. No. It was Trigger.
No,
it was.
Wait, whoa!
I'll accept one of two answers.
It was not Chauncey. It was something with a Y at the end of it. It was oh, come here, Chauncey. Not Chauncey. It was gosh darn it. See, if I was younger, my brain worked better.
Dude, you are so close. It's crazy. I'm laughing because I'm watching you circle it.
I know. I'm just like, it's not Maxie. It was. Dang it! I can't. Go ahead. I can't bring it up.
The cat's name is Jones, but she called
Jonesy.
Jonesy. Yeah.
All right, that was my. Well, I've got a few more, but that was my piece of homework.
Well, I've got one for this is for everybody.
All right, let's go.
Billy may know this.
Okay,
we'll find out.
Should we hide the chat?
Huh?
Should we hide the chat?
Yeah, you can hide it.
I have self-control.
Hold on, I see. Oh, Sean Ferris is asking me about the Mignola documentary. No, I missed it. That was one of the ones where I was like, oh shit, I need to get that, and you can't because it's gone. So bummer.
Okay.
I really wanted to get that Mignola documentary.
Today marks the anniversary of D-Day.
Yes.
And over 4,000 Allied troops died on day one. Who was the first?
Oh, you bastard!
Sorry, ask the question again.
I know who he was. He was a British. He was part of the attack on Pegasus Bridge. He was
Tom Hanks.
Correct. That is correct.
Attack who? Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
No, he was an officer
and a gentleman.
Led the charge of the German machine gun nest. Is his name Brown something? Maybe.
No.
Jonesy.
He was part of the British 6th Airborne Division. And you're right. They parachuted in and to take that bridge.
Yeah.
This guy not only is the first casualty of D-Day, but he fired the first shot as well.
Wait, this is a sci-fi question?
No, this is what really happened.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
This is a D-Day question.
It was Den Brothridge.
Oh, see, I was kind of. Remember, I said Brown. I kind of would. If you had given me, I guarantee, if you would have given me a multiple choice, I would have gotten that.
Some guys in the chat had it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Shit.
Den Brothridge. How about that? Glitch got it.
There's something for you guys here. I have a question. And all right, how well do you know Star Trek? Okay.
Well, original series pretty well. Anything beyond that, not very well.
Yeah, right. I'm with him.
Let's do this one. Hikaru Sulu. Don't know who that character is.
I know.
Don't know the actor who portrays him. Don't care.
Betrays him.
Very forgettable character, I'm sure. Sulu held which position for the longest period of time aboard the USS Enterprise NCC 1701-A? Was he a helmsman?
Helmsman.
Yeah, he was helmsman.
Helmsman.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. That's what I would have said too. Okay. All right.
But Graham, didn't he wear a what did he have on the very first episode? Wasn't he in gold though?
He was in gold.
Then they changed him to red, right?
No, he was always
yellow and
always gold.
Yeah.
Because
Engineers.
when you go through them, communications officer is Uhura, science officer is Spock, engineer is Scotty. So
the engineers are in red, the science officers are in blue, and command officers are in gold.
Right,
correct.
And so I would say a bridge officer as well, like a helmsman.
Yeah, helmsman and navigator are both gold as well.
Well, wasn't Sulu in one episode wore a different color though? Didn't he? Before they established who he was or what he was.
No, I don't think so. I think he was always gold.
I don't
even in the pilot, because he's in the first pilot.
Yeah, he had the turtleneck, right? But it was gold. Wasn't he like? Hey, remember the episode where Charlie X?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't Sulu like in like that the plant place, and he was like a science officer like that episode, and then he became like a engineer. I gotta go look that up.
No, he was in there because he's a botanist as a hobby.
Okay, and they had the gloved flower, the guy with
gloved flower.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Dennis Turner reminds us that in Mirror Mirror he
was in red, right? Because he was in charge of security,
right? He was other.
And that's when he was doing all the Bruce Lee sort of stuff.
Well, no,
fencing, right? Wasn't it like?
No, that was when that was the one where they got that stuff on their hands and everybody went nuts. Naked Time. That's right.
Okay, I
took his shirt off.
Mirror is goatee Spock, right?
Yeah.
I know what you know. I feel what you feel.
It wasn't a mock time.
A muck time is when Spock got married.
That's when Spock gets a boner.
Yeah.
Yes. and Kirk has to fight that thing.
On far,
yeah.
yep. Dun, 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 dun.
See, I know, but I don't know.
The
You know what I'm saying? You guys know names and script numbers
ching, 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 ching,
and actors.
This is a fight to the death.
And then we got to zoom in on Kirk, who's like, what? Guess I should have asked.
Is that the bro?
Yes.
Remember that in the Cable Guy?
Yes, at medieval times.
Yeah.
That music's so great.
They did a parody of that on Dexter's Lab one time, where they went to a comic book and toy convention, and one of the sellers, it was like they had the action figure. It was mint in box, and the guy getting Dexter was trying to open it or something, but they ended up getting both their what are those things called again, Graham? The sticks they fought with the clubs on the end of them.
Was that the Lirpa?
Yeah, the Lirpa. They both had their Lirpas. There was like squares on the floor, and they were doing the music and everything. Dexter's Lab was a great cartoon. I'm sorry.
Well, I wanted to share something. I was with Sulu. I was going to lead into this, but it was in West Hollywood had their family pride parade this past weekend, and it's a family parade, family friendly parade. And I just don't know if I want to show it because it's just, I don't know.
Do it, Billy.
All right.
No guts, no glory, Billy.
I'm not judging anyone unless I identify as a judge, then I will. But again, I don't care about anyone's preferences, who they are. I don't care how their gender that they identify as. But holy shit, this is just some. I think this is going a little too far. God forgive me. What do you guys think for this? But I guess it's got to be shown. This is a family friendly.
I've already seen enough.
All right. Let's get past this. Aside from whipping this other dude, but look at this.
Yeah, that looks family friendly.
Look at this guy.
If you're a family of freaks,
look at this. The dog people. And this is in the parade with this guy right here.
A furry. He's a furry.
This is a new ride at Disneyland, isn't it?
That wasn't the scene from Pulp Fiction 2?
What the hell, man?
The Gimp.
The Gimp's Revenge.
Yeah.
My puppy. Hello, Asha.
I like that outfit.
Guys, I mean, oh my God. I mean, you saw them all dressed as dog. One's on a chain being walked. Aaron Lopresti.
This is just a promotion of sexual deviancy, and it's like they're celebrating this. This is what, as a national holiday, we're celebrating this sort of behavior. Are you kidding me?
It's a whole celebration. And I stand firmly with my brothers and sisters in the LGBT community, but this is just. It just seems an excuse.
Well, would it be any more appropriate if it was just S&M heterosexuals? I mean,
that wouldn't be allowed.
Right. I mean, what's the difference? It's
that's the hypocrisy of it all. It just drives me nuts. Hello, puppy. Hello. There's my puppy looking.
How is it they get a whole month, but the Irish only get a day?
The Irish only get a day. Well,
why is that?
You saw Blazing Saddles, right?
That's true. They did say that.
Oh, you know what? I just watched a clip. I don't know how I came across it with Conan O'Brien, and I don't know when it was done. It was years ago, I guess. And he was actually being interviewed by somebody else, and he was telling the story of how he had a DNA expert. They took his blood or whatever, and just to kind of trace his heritage, kind of thing, right? And the guy came back and he said, "I've never seen anything like this." He goes, "You are 100% Irish." He goes, "I have never tested anybody who's 100% anything." He said, "Everybody's always got some sort of other bloodline working in there." He says, "You are 100% Irish." He's like, "Well, what does that mean?" He goes, "There must have been inbreeding someplace."
First he's thinking great. Then he's like, "Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's so great."
Oh my goodness. So anyway, 100% Irish.
Well, as an Irishman, I have to comment on that.
No, wait a minute. Are you Irish or are you Scottish? You're both?
10% Irish. 10% Irish. 25% Scottish.
Where does the Italian come in?
My mother's side. My whole mother. My mother is almost 100% Italian. She's got 3% Greek in her.
That means you're 50% Italian, and then everything else is a watered down.
No, not quite. No. My mother is also 1% Irish, believe it or not.
Wait a minute. Tucci, though, is Italian, right?
Yeah, but okay, so I wasn't born a Tucci. I was born in Elliott.
Okay.
So my father died before I was born. So my mother then remarried Tucci, who had proceeded to was in it. So here's where it gets crazy, to adopt me, and he adopted me, and then he died of a heart attack. He was older. He was like 60, and he died when I was like five or 6 years old. So I was raised a Tucci, and it's a very sad story, actually. What the bad blood between my mother and my birth family, because my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, who adored me, and it's just this great family, apparently, the Elliots. And my mother's a tough woman, but she broke their hearts, my mother. And my mother told them she wanted to raise me as a Tucci. And they were like, well, no, this is all I have. My grandparents had lost their only child, which was my father, and that I should be raised an Elliot. And they said, well, if I'm raising him a Tucci, and if you have a problem with that, you're never going to see a grandson ever again. And my mother did raise me a Tucci, and I never saw them ever again. Finally, this is a whole thing. So my family, actually, it's a terrible story. And my wife was infuriated when Debbie found out, because I had, through Ancestry, I got in touch by Walter, one of my father's best friends, and he's been trying to find me since my maternal grandmother, died in 1990. Because she gave him all of the family photos to give to me. So they have photos of me as a baby, but that my father raced cars in the 60s. My grandmother and my great grandmother were both in vaudeville. Like just family, all the family photos that when they came here from the United Kingdom, it's just a terrible story. And my wife just started talking to my mother in the past few weeks, and this is about 4 months ago, or 5, maybe more. Yeah, no, Christmas time. I spoke to him, and he's been trying to find me, and he told me the whole thing, and a lot of bad blood, and it's just terrible because my mother too lost a son. My brother was killed by a drunk driver, and you would think that my mother would do that to you know what I mean, to someone else. It's terrible, but it's my mother. She's 84 years old now. What am I going to do? You know. Well, look at it this way. If your name was Billy Elliot, you'd sound like a 1960s British comedy film. Yeah. So I'm proud. Yeah. So I'm proudly Elliot. And, but my official name isn't Tucci though, too. It's different. I'll tell you, it's my legal name is different. Well, so how much Italian blood do you actually have in you? So my mother, so again, my mother is 47% Italian, or 46% Italian. Most of it's from Palermo, from Sicily, from the Palermo area. Then we have 3% Greek in us, and 1% Irish. My mother has, and then like I don't know, 4% Northern Italian. Because my great grandfather's last name on my mother's side was great grandfather's last name was Lacourt. So they thought they were French, but it's Lacourt with an E at the end. So but he's really tall. Everyone in my family's tall but me. They're all really like your size. Like my brother Vinny's like 6'4", 6'5". Everyone's over. Vinny, brother Vinny. My brother Vinny, my brother Joey, my sister Gina, my brother Anthony, my brother Philip, and then Billy. And I'm like, where the hell did I come from? So everybody, I'm the tallest person on both sides of my family. Really? Yeah. Well, see, my grandfather was only 5'4", my mother's father. My mother's 5'9". I'm at my wedding. My mother's taller than me. I'm like, I'm the only man here who's getting married whose mother is taller. I'm like, Ma, scooch down in the picture. She's like, I'm trying. My grandfather from Palermo, Palermo.
Yes.
Exactly.
Wait, don't help him. Let him work this out. Try again, Aaron.
Where's your grandfather from? That
Yeah, well,
Palermo. Palermo.
Okay.
He was like 5'4", but my grandmother was like 5'10" or something that he married.
Good.
And so I don't know where I got the height from. My dad's only 5'9". My mom doesn't come particularly tall. You know, she was 5'5", but I had to play basketball so badly. I think I mentally got like 4 or 5 inches more out of myself, just positive, measuring myself every day and willing myself to be taller.
Yeah, I wanted to be a porn star. I did the same thing.
Well done. Well done.
Well played, Nolan. Well played.
So I find out that where my mother's from, where my family is from is a city in Italy, and I can go back and find it. But my wife's best friend's husband's family is from there too. Same town, same village, a seaside village in Italy.
Our relatives were probably like neighbors. You know?
Oh yeah. Well, do you know what town they're from or where? My grandmother's from I'm scrolling through Facebook. My grandmother is from the mountains outside of Palermo, just south of Palermo. My grandfather's family on my mother's side is from the seaside. They were fishermen, so they had a beautiful seaside village. But what I
know my uncle who's no longer with us, he was really into this, and he made several trips back there. I've got a cousin, his son, made some trips back there to like meet old family members and stuff. But I can't remember exactly where they were at. But it's interesting. I meet a ton of people that are Sicilian, you know, and no mob connections though that I'm aware of.
Yeah, me neither.
So I don't know if that's good. Yeah, Billy's like, me either.
It's called Castellamare del Golfo. That's a town in west of Palermo. Castellamare del Golfo. And my we're Ingolias, Lacourtes. My grandmother Tessie Lacourt is from Monreal, which is a mountainous town. I don't know. I find it here beautiful. I can't wait to go. But on my father's side, they're all, you know, I trace them to.
Are you going to show vacation pictures too?
No, I'm not going to show it. No, I'm reading it. I'm not...
We're putting everybody to sleep.
I know. Let's do some more fucking weirdos on Twitter. How about that?
Let's do that.
Speaking of weirdos, I got to share this because this is really disturbing.
Oh, please don't make me ill.
Yeah.
Oh, you son of a.
God. Look at that success.
Success of sin. 143,000. Let's watch this video. Here we go. And tell me, it should automatically share the same.
I like that shot.
You know, Billy, if you like superheroes, if you like monsters, if you like Westerns, this is the book for you.
This seems to be the book for us. And I got a question that's on everyone's minds right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is this book ever coming out?
Wow, what an SOB. This epic project is 100 pages, and I would like to announce that, and it's a weird feeling because I finished the Wraith of God story weeks ago, okay, which is 53 pages long. And then I just finished the nightclub story, which is 15 pages long. And I'm getting back to the Garbage Man story, which I have 11 pages to go, and I have 7 pages of Kit Carter. So I only have 18 pages to go, and this book is done. So
Good.
I should be done with it in August, and it'll be going right to the printers, obviously. And we'll see how quickly they'll turn it around for me. But yeah, so I was planning on having it done in August, and it looks like I'm going to have it done in August. So I'm really pleased with that. So we're getting near the end. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, and this phenomenal piece of art, the trading card by Adam Miller. Wow. I mean,
that's going to be a pinup in the book now. I'm almost convinced I'm going to, because I don't want to do it too small. You know, I'm afraid it'll get kind of lost.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So I'll probably put that in the book. But yeah, actually, if you all things considered, I think I factored in that the book's going to be 108 pages long and 99 story pages total. But then there's, stuff like this in there, and letters page, and the
letters page.
Marvel. Yeah. From I'm going to reprint. I got I actually have gotten a couple physical letters from backers. But then a lot of email stuff that came in that I was like, I should do like a letters page. That was one of the stretch goals, was to do a letters page. So I'm going to do like an old style Marvel's letters page.
Cool.
And there'll be another one of those bullpen bulletin pages that I did in the first one that has like a value stamp in there of one of the characters, fun stuff, throwback stuff like that. But yeah, so it's we're knocking on the door of completion.
Excellent. Now I see that you have the mystery colorist who shall not be named, but Kit Carter's is going to be making an appearance. What's going on with Kit, and will we be seeing her in the future?
Yeah, I actually made that announcement on my Sunday show a week or two ago. I'm doing a Kit Carter graphic novel, will be the next thing I do, which will be launching in September, and then after that, I will go back to Wraith of God 3. So that's kind of the plan. And in the Kit Carter campaign, I'm going to have Kit Carter t-shirts. There'll be a Kit Carter shot glass, so you can continue to add to your shot glass collection. And there'll be a poster, and then there'll be a hardcover, signed and numbered limited edition, and then there'll be a regular trade paperback that'll have a cover by a guest artist. And then there'll also be a little ashcan preview of coming attractions from Empire Comics. So you'll get like a few preview pages of the next Wraith story, a few preview pages of whatever else I've decided to unleash on the public from my chest of IPs. So that'll be fun. So there'll be a lot of like little things that go along with it, but that's the next goal. And I'm going to more than likely going to use an inker on the Kit Carter thing so I can get it turned around in less than 6 months, and then I can launch Wraith of God. So I'll be able to kind of get in more Graham's mode, where you're releasing 2 titles a year as opposed to just one every 12 to 14 months. So that's kind of the goal.
Now, I love this. Again, we've had this conversation about the Shrek influence on him, from Nosferatu influence on your vampire, which is so terrifying. Have you guys, did you guys see the original Salem's Lot when it aired on TV, and what did you think of it?
I saw it.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was great. Toby Hooper, who I, couldn't wait to see it do it, because he did Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and he also did, he hadn't done yet Poltergeist, but that would be next.
I thought Poltergeist, now, because I had seen that, because I've been doing that, like watching it. I've been watching making of. I just been on this kick for I did a cover for my buddy for his Stoker Wells book, which features Dracula. So I've been getting into Salem's Lot, and looking at the documentaries and all. And man, I thought that Steven Spielberg directed Poltergeist.
No,
he was the producer.
Just a
but there were a lot of isms, right, with the lights and the.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's very Spielbergian.
Oh,
well, he co-wrote the screenplay too, I believe.
What's that?
That's true.
He co-wrote the screenplay, I believe, too.
He did.
Well, we got a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Here. Oh, sorry. Well, hey, David Soul was cool. He is past Masterson.
Back in the day.
So you.
Don't give up on me, baby. Remember that?
Yes,
David Soul song.
Yeah.
Chris,
oh yeah.
Yep. Chris Thacker or Thaker. I think Thacker.
He was in Star Trek too, Aaron.
You guys should advertise in each other's books and put in the CG website links too. I am all for that. Thing is, with our books, what we've been doing
media mail.
You can't put we ship the bulk.
You can't put ads in media mail.
Mm-hmm.
And
or it becomes a magazine, and then therefore it gets a different postage rate that's elevated.
Yeah, well, just let me say this: Vol hungers. We must feed Vol. Okay, sorry, that was for Graham. David Soul guest starred in an episode of Star Trek, and that was the one.
I go back to what I said last time. You guys are nerds.
Wait a minute, David Soul, Graham Nolan.
Yeah,
from Starsky and Hutch. Was in the 1966 to 68 or so Star Trek, original Star Trek, or
yes.
Next Generation?
No,
Season
original.
2.
Original. The Apple.
Mm-hmm.
He's in an episode called The Apple.
Yep.
He's very young.
Yeah.
It's like I think it was a third season episode, wasn't it? The Apple?
No, it was second.
It was second? Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't third.
Well, Aaron, this looks fantastic. We're also proud of you. Can't wait for you to catch Rini and surpass her for the men.
Yeah.
What is she at? What's her number?
Oh, she's at 170.
Oh.
But see, that's what happens when you have to fight the shadow ban and she doesn't. See, she's taking advantage of the situation, which I admire her for. You know, take advantage of the situation.
We might have to bring her in on one of these shows and have
maybe use it as, you know, I'm not a sports guy, but I did used to play baseball, and they used to put these like donuts on the end of the bat to make them heavier. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So then when they went up the bat, they were just crack because the bat felt that much lighter.
Mm-hmm.
This might be your donut situation, Aaron. You know what I'm saying?
Not exactly, but
well, you're up to bat, buddy, and you're up next. And right now, that shadow ban is making you have to trudge harder. And then the next one, because your muscles are all badass from all that, you're gonna.
It's coming together for me now.
This is your bat donut period.
Okay.
Eat donuts.
Yeah.
You're in the.
Which is one of the reasons why I'm up 8 pounds is because of that. Oh my gosh. You know those. Okay. You know when you go off on food, that's when the chat gets excited. So you know those powdered sugar donuts with the raspberry filling on the inside.
Yeah. I've caught.
Look at Graham. He's like so.
Like when you go to take a bite, and some of the dust goes in your throat.
Yes. Yeah.
Are you talking a jelly donut?
Yeah. I was.
But
it's Hostess, right? They come in this little box, and they.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they're so decadent. They're so good though. But I was at this show this weekend, and in the green room there was a box, and it called to me, and I reached, and I took it, and I ate it.
Oh God.
But then the next morning they were there again, but I didn't. I resisted.
No,
I was kind of proud of myself. But that first one, oh my gosh.
No resisty.
I've been having sugar self-control problems here the last couple of weeks, but I got to get back on the wagon. And
sugar's the killer, man. Say no to sugar.
Once it hits your lips, that's what happens, man. It gets in your system and it makes you want more of it. So
I know it's incredible. You can take a bite of something with sugar in it, and just as soon as you finish it, you just immediatally want more.
Oh,
and you're like, I got to step away from this, man.
Yeah, step away from the gummy bears.
I'm a I'm a pasta guy, of course, but salt, man, salt kills me. I like I said, I'll eat a party-sized bag of Lay's in a day or a night while I'm just drawn.
Well, potato chips are kryptonite. I love potato chips.
Right?
Yeah.
So
I like breakfast cereal.
Are we gonna have potato chips in Garden State when we're hanging out?
No,
well, I've just come from our steak dinner. I don't think we're going to need potato chips.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. We're going to need
whenever somebody brings up salt, I think of that Sylvester and Tweety cartoon where they're on a ship and Sylvester is trying to catch Tweety, and Sylvester keeps getting seasick, right? And so he chases him into this galley of meat, and I just remember Sylvester going like this, salt pork. The old salted pork. So, in fact, they were trying some
impediment,
of that.
Aaron. That's a speech impediment. You can't make fun of it.
They were trying some of that salt pork in that gay parade, I think you showed earlier.
Well, there's something you can't make fun of. This was this was brought to my attention by my wife and her girlfriends. And my wife is she's a dream. My wife. She all her girlfriends are very accomplished, highly educated. All of them at least had their bachelor's degree. A bunch of them had their masters. But they're also deeply committed to their families. And this is something that's been going around their circles. And if I could share this, let me just move this over here first. Hang on. So I get it right. Have you guys seen this? The What is a Woman trailer.
No.
Matt Walsh made a film, and he's basically asking what is a woman, and it's free now on Twitter, and it's eye-opening. It's terrifying what's going on out there. But if you guys don't mind, I'll play it. I think I tried to play it at a speed and a half, I believe. So let me know what you guys think. It's kind of long. We can cut into it a bit. Should I play it?
Is this not like a Lou Rawls song or like
this
Barry White? You know?
Yeah. So
Lady Love.
Yeah, what is a woman?
Yeah, but let's play this. Here.
What is a woman? Can you tell me that? Oh, you're at the Women's March. You must have some idea. Please, if one person can tell.
So that's basically, he's at the Women's March and he's asking, and nobody can answer him what a woman
my
is.
Lord.
So you got to see.
Tell me what a woman is.
You are not here for women. We ask you to leave.
What is that? I'm a husband. I'm a father of 4. I host a talk show. I give speeches. I write books. I like to make sense of things. A woman is not anything in particular.
There is not one particular thing.
It could be many things to many people.
Some women have penises, right? Some men have vaginas.
I like scented candles. I've watched Sex and the City.
Yeah.
How do I know if I'm a woman?
That's a great question.
You're not a scientist. You're not a gender studies major.
No,
How do you know that you're a man?
I guess because I got a dick.
Can a man become a woman?
I'm not a woman, so I can't really answer that.
Women only know what women are.
Are you a cat?
No.
Can you tell me what a cat is? You want to tell us what a woman is?
I'm a biological woman that medically transitioned to appear like a male. I will never be a man.
And so they go on the internet and they're told that all their problems will be solved if they become a man.
So you worry that there could be a sort of social contagion element of this?
A teeny tiny bit, maybe. It got me at 42. Your child doesn't have a chance.
And you're affirming it with hormones that have never been used in this way.
Puberty blockers, which are completely reversible.
Completely reversible.
One of the drugs used is Lupron, right? Which has actually been used to chemically castrate sex offenders.
You know what? I'm not sure that we should continue with this interview.
You don't want to talk about the drugs that you give to kids, or?
How can they be removing the healthy breasts of 15-year-old girls?
There are masculine girls. There are feminine boys. What are we going to do about that? Carve them up?
How can this whole thing be happening, Matt?
I wanted us to have a safe place to be able to talk about this.
Part of me wants to ask why you care so much.
I care about the truth. I care about children. I care about the women who are having their opportunities stolen from them.
Is it transphobic to tell the truth?
The interview's over. Let's turn off the cameras.
Excuse me,
Well, they're fair. I just wanted to know, what is a woman?
and you're not going to find out.
Based on what I'm saying, did you ever want to move to America?
They say no, never.
Okay, enjoyed it a little bit.
We'll see when it comes out.
Now, where can you watch this?
It's on Twitter right now.
Whatisawoman.com, right?
Yep, or if you just go on Twitter and you just search "what is a woman," it shows up. And this is something my wife showed me. And again,
I'd like
it's
to
just
see that movie.
Oh, it's terrifying with the children. I get it now. We all get that there are people that feel they were born the wrong sex. If you guys have seen that, you see some of these poor kids like, oh, this boy should have been a girl. You see that. But what they're doing to these children as little kids, and again with the blockers and then the surgeries and things. And he's just trying to find out what is a woman. And then he asks them, these are professors at universities, these are doctors, these are surgeons. And he asks them, what is a woman? And then he says, well, can you tell me what a woman is without using the word woman in it? Because and none of them could answer it until at the end. And you got to watch it. It's riveting. It's terrifying. It's again, you get kind of torn because you do feel for these people that maybe living in the wrong body and all,
well,
but
maybe I feel for them because they have mental illness is what it is, and nobody's addressing it. Nobody's saying that the emperor is not wearing clothes. They're just saying we have to accept their mental illness, and that's not doing anybody any good.
No.
Right, especially them.
And Peterson really goes off. Jordan Peterson.
Oh, Jordan Peterson's
He is
awesome. He's like a surgeon.
Oh yeah, and the things, I don't want to ruin it for anyone who hasn't seen it out there yet, but he is spot on, and the things he says, and you're like, wait, you're like, yeah, but it's so taboo to bring this up now, because then you will be canceled like us, I guess, for just asking a freaking question. What they do, and you can see that people out there are just terrified of it all. And but
there comes a point in society where you actually have to say enough's enough, because now I just heard this phrase, and we all sort of knew it was coming, but apparently Biden's Supreme Court judge that he appointed used this language: minor attracted persons.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt. Yeah.
That's the new thing.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Yep.
It doesn't stop, you guys. It does not.
What is that?
Stop.
Is that somebody that likes kids?
Yes, it's a pedophile,
Minor
basically, but it's a nice way of saying pedophile.
Minor attracted persons.
They're inventing terms. They're inventing terms to soften what it really is.
Yeah, exactly.
This is right. It is, like you said, it's a social contagion, and it's so much peer pressure because they're encouraging this, they're pushing this.
Yep.
On these poor kids, and it's just like, holy crap! I fear for people with young kids like you, Dan. Yeah. My nieces, my nephews. That they're young when my sister-in-law's got like a 7-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, and it's terrifying because you guys and watch this video because you see all the things that they do in the schools, and what you can't tell the parents, and it's terrifying. It really is.
Yep. French Revolution right around the corner.
Yeah, the whole they're not your kids, they're our kids BS.
Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, see that, and that's what we've had this conversation, is that these teachers, a lot of them say, well, with my kids, and when my kids are in my class, blah blah blah. No, they're not your kids. They're your students. They're they're my kids. And a lot of people that I know and friends and stuff, we've had this conversation. The first people to tell me what my kids should be learning in school are the ones who never had kids.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Right? It's almost like the people that tell me about gun control. If I don't have a uterus and I can't talk about abortion, then you know what? If you don't own any guns, you can't talk to me about gun control. Or if you don't have any kids, don't talk to me about what kids should be learning in school. Yeah. And the kids look at me. I'm getting old.
Get off my lawn.
But here's also the hypocrisy is that they are silent on what's going on in, say, the Middle East, or what's going on in American families of Middle East, of Western families of who are Muslim, things like that. They're silent on that, of what they do to the honor killings, the attacks with acid on these young girls, things like that. But when you can go after the Judeo-Christians, because that's an easy target. And that's what all their wrath is directed towards them, but nothing against that segment, which is, like I said, it's. I'm just sorry about bringing this up, maybe bringing things down, but just curious about what the bros feel about this, because this is what I think.
You know what the bros feel about it. Yeah. But let's talk about comics.
Yeah, well, I'm going to talk about something.
Amen.
Do you have Joe Frankenstein too, Graham? Because I messed up. I put your the Ghost of Matacumba Key. If you want to throw that
one up too, we can.
Okay, great.
I got two campaigns
up. Okay, excellent.
Yeah. I just finished double page splash, page 32 and 33.
Excellent.
And oh man, this double page splash is awesome. It looks so
man,
friggin'
you gained some serious dollars on this account. Good job.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah, it just creeps up every day. You know, there's at least a couple backers every day on it. You know, and then I do email blasts, to my email crew and let them know what's happening too, and get them to come on board. Because you send it out to 5,000 people, and I don't have 5,000 backers, so I know there's at least 3,000 of them if they're on my mailing list that haven't backed it yet. So you just got to keep chipping away.
Yeah.
Well, I think we might have someone here to turn it to grab that man card and defeat the evil, which is the Siren Reenie.
What is she at? She's at 170 something.
17. I think she's probably 171, probably somewhere like that.
71.
We'll have to show Reenie's campaign too.
All right.
Did you guys see the Andrew Tate BBC interview?
No. Do you have it?
It's on YouTube.
Do you want to grab it?
You want to see the full one? It's like 38 minutes. But
no, is there a trailer for it or something, or snippets?
Even the snippet one that CNN showed, he obliterated them. Yeah.
Well, if you got it. Well, here's the thing too about the What Is a Woman on Twitter, when it's streamed, has streamed more than all the major cable news channels. More people have watched that than watched, say, Fox News this weekend, CNN. Wow. It is the most streamed or the most watched video in the country or in the world, really. I don't know about the world, but definitely the country. And yet not one news outlet has covered it.
Well, it's because it's the Eric July of documentaries,
They will not even mention it. And that's what Matt Walsh was talking about today. It's just like, wow. And maybe it's similar to us. And, you talk about all the success we've had, all the books that we've published, not one review for the most part. Some people have done unboxings, and thank you all for doing that, but none from the CBR, from Newsarama, none from the, from the major comics shop sites. Not even a mention.
They don't see
Billy, I don't want to burst your bubble, but they don't like us.
Right.
Just throwing that out.
By them not doing that, there must be tens of people that aren't seeing the campaign.
That's what it is.
That's right. I know, it's so true. Hey, speaking of trailers, now I'll throw this out to Graham specifically, but the rest of you as well. Have you guys seen the trailer for the last voyage of the Demeter?
Oh yeah,
I want to see that.
Yeah, definitely want to see that movie.
I'm a little worried that if they're releasing it in August, that's not a great sign, but I'm still hoping.
What does that mean?
Well, usually that's where stuff they don't think is going to be a hit, or they don't think it's that great. They stick it to the end of the summer.
Oh, you thought maybe like a October release when all the kids go see horror films?
Well, no, you release it in June or July during the peak, or you release it at Christmas time.
Dude, this month alone is a beast, or just these.
Well, it could be.
I mean, you have Ariel, Spider-Man, Transformers, Mission Impossible, Ninja Turtles. Like, there's like this cluster, and people's dollars are being challenged, so that it just may be.
No, that's true, but it's always a little bit of a red flag when you see an August release movie and you're kind of like, I hope it's good, and it just got bumped because of this other competition.
Right.
So we'll see. We shall see. But, I'm kind of excited to see it.
I apologize. Sorry, I'm trying to pause it. I'm definitely going to see. I'm so looking forward to seeing this film. But okay, Graham Nolan.
Yeah.
Well done, brother. Ghost of Matacumba Key. I see that Joe Frankenstein Volume 2 is also keyed up. Shall I run the video and we talk about it a little bit?
Sure.
Real quick, guys. Our buddy Jerry Roscoe. Hey. Hail, Jerry. Hail to the bros. Love working on pages while listening to you guys and being inspired to prove upon my art every day. Thank you. Jerry.
That's how you do it, man.
That's it.
Thank you, Jerry. One of the good guys for sure, man. But Graham Nolan, let's play this real quick.
Sure.
Goomba King.
That splash I was telling you about is during the hurricane.
Bossy babe and the bald guy.
Outstanding.
Hey. Oh, hey now.
What? Little smoke coming in there.
What a professional trailer. I love, the swamp as you're going through there, and but you see like a bird or a swamp creature fly in on the right at one.
Skunk ape.
Skunk ape. Fantastic. The third book in the Nolan verse is here.
It is.
It
is. This is the linchpin. This is the one that's going to tie in all my books. I've been dropping breadcrumbs. There's a breadcrumb in the Chenoo. There's breadcrumbs in Alien Alamo, and this one here is going to tie not only those two together, but also Joe Frankenstein and Monster Island. All tied up into the same universe. So
can we be honest about something here? Did you plan this, or you're like, wait a minute, I can fit this in, or kind of like the synergy of now that you're self-publishing, you like?
When I was working on the Chenoo, I was thinking about tying stuff together, because there's a Joe Frankenstein reference in the Chenoo, and so then when I did Alien Alamo, I said, well, I'm going to tie the Chenoo into that one too. And that's when I started thinking, well, I can tie all this stuff together. I have a way to tie Monster Island into this world as well. And so, which was the very first thing that Compass Comics did. So yeah, it was really fun it was like one of those things, like when I got to the end of the script on Ghosts, I was like, okay, well, yeah, this is good, but it needs a punch. It needs something, and then it hit me, how I could tie it in to one of the other properties and make that part of the ending. And I was like, oh shit, this is going to set up all this really cool stuff coming.
Isn't it? It's funny how sometimes that happens, because I had a similar experience where I was working on, I won't say what, but I was working on something, and I had no intention of necessarily being tied in. And someone made a comment to me and I started thinking about it. I go, wow. And then I got this idea, and then it became this whole thing. And I was like, and you think, this is brilliant. Why didn't I think of this before?
Yeah. It comes in waves, it comes in pieces,
Well, what I like about this too, and how you say this ties it all in together, because technically, and hear me out here, Ghost of Matacumba Key has its foot set in the past and the present. So it seems to me, and tell me I'm wrong, this is the very first story in the Nolan verse with the hurricane of 1938, right? Then
35.
You have 35. I apologize. 1935. Then you have Alien Alamo, 1957. Follows. Then you have the Chenoo, which is 1977.
Well, that one took place in modern days, but then it flashed back to 1977.
Right. Okay. And then you have Monster Island.
That was modern.
Right. And then Joe Frankenstein, which is in the present as well.
Correct.
But now the ongoing investigation and all the things that are happening in this book is happening in the present. You refer back to the past.
That's correct.
That's really cool, man, that you were able to lace all those stories.
And it actually starts, it's actually, if you're going to put a linear timeline on it, then it would start with Joe Frankenstein. Because it would start with the monster and the origin that we gave him, which is somewhat different than Mary Shelley's version.
Yeah, and I hope this is going to be in glow in the dark too. The Nolan.
There is a glow in the dark cover for this one.
Right, right. That's what this is, but it's the logos. But I could see that this is going to be glow in the dark. I hope that the gunfire right here is going to be. But this has got to be as well. Your name behind it.
I don't want that popping out like that.
Come on. Oh, Graham is
I
just.
ordered the black and white, man. I want that 50s movie feel. That's the one I'm getting.
I have a question for you guys. Were you guys avid readers of like Tomb of Dracula, Werewolf by Night? Like
Werewolf by Night was one of my favorite titles.
Yeah, I liked Werewolf by Night a lot.
Can you guys and this is one of those things where like I got one of those the Marvel Essentials, those sort of black and white phone book things.
Yeah.
I got the Essential Tomb of Dracula. And outside of like the artwork, I just couldn't get into it. And I don't know if it's just because the subject matter, like I feel like there was a Zeitgeist, or however you say that. Zeitgeist, thank you. Zeitgeist sounds like a very bad word. Zeitgeist. I know there was like a monster zeitgeist around that time with the model kits, and even TV shows had, the Addams Family and what was the other one? The Monsters.
The Monsters, yeah.
Right. And then you had Dark Shadows and all that stuff, and it seems like it was a wave. And same with the fantasy, like the barbarian fantasy loincloth stuff was like a wave. And I feel like I missed it. Like I probably missed it by maybe 5 years.
Yeah, you did. I mean, we guys like Aaron and I, we caught the tail end of the monster wave. Because it started in the late 50s when they released the Universal Monster packages to the local TV stations for syndication. So that started in 1950, I think 7.
Okay. So that's right. My dad's cut. My dad would have been 14.
Yeah, and then that's when you saw it in the 60s. You saw all those, the Munsters, the Addams Family. Then the Aurora model kits came out in the 60s.
Yeah,
and all the Ben Cooper masks.
The Ben Cooper masks, yeah. Then you had Dark Shadows and
right. The other thing, though, comic book wise speaking, was the Marvel superhero craze was burning out about 1970, and they were looking for something else to bring in readership. And that's
speaking of burning. This is a beautiful page, man.
It sure is, buddy.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
but that's when they brought in the horror titles like Tomb of Dracula and Werewolf by Night, and also the barbarian fantasy titles. And there was sort of that wave in the 70s, where Lord of the Rings got really popular again there for a while. And I always kind of look at Tomb of Dracula as Marvel's Conan, right? Conan was that one barbarian series that just stuck and kept going all the way up into the 90s, where Tomb of Dracula was the only monster title that just kept on chugging along forever.
How do you tell that many stories about Dracula, man?
It never interested me. I was like, who's this dude with a mustache, man? It's like, I wanted monsters. Vampires were never real monsters to me. That's why I made my story. I made him a Nosferatu, so he was at least creepier looking, more like a monster than just a suave guy with 2 fangs.
Right. Frank Langella with his shirt buttoned over.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, the other thing that Marvel released those things is because they couldn't before because of the restrictions of the Comics Code, and they got lifted in like 1972. So at that point, you could tell supernatural tales, you could tell creatures of the undead tales. Those are all prohibited by the Comics Code.
And they were very in touch with pop culture. I mean, we saw the Bruce Lee movies were really hot, and blaxploitation that spawned Master of Kung Fu and Power Man, Luke Cage. They were looking for all that stuff they thought was popular in pop culture they could bring into comics and bring sales back up.
Right. What year would you say was the resurgence of the superhero? Because I started collecting, like I got bit badly in 84. Like I was like I'll pick up a comic on a road trip, sort of whatever. But comics, I became comic crazed in 84 during Shooter's run. And for me, that stuff was magical. I don't know what it hit like for you guys, but
the superhero books I were reading, it was always Spider-Man, and he was always consistent, so he was, above the market, and but I want to say, and Graham, I don't know what you think on this, but I would say that, Frank Miller taking over Daredevil in the late 70s, You had George Perez jumped on Teen Titans, and that became a very big popular thing. So I would say late 70s, early 80s, and of course
Burn.
Simonson, Burn, and then Simonson coming in with Thor, and what was that, 83 maybe? That stuff really started to explode again.
Yeah, I agree. They got the creators, the new modern creators on these things and revamp them, or not revamp them, but revitalize them.
I feel lucky, man. Like sometimes I'll get people come up to me at shows, people that were collectors of the early image books, and they speak fondly of those eras, you know, like the magic that they felt and all that. And for me, it's kind of hard. You know, I've got that saying, it's hard to read the label when you're in the jar. And I was very much in the jar during those times, you know. But I do know that, like, for me, I felt starting collecting in 84, and that what I feel like was like a big shift in comics was 1986 with Watchmen and Dark Knight. It's like everything.
Punisher miniseries.
Yeah, everything started turning towards darker, grittier. I mean, Miller kind of ushered it in. And I also know that Ronin wasn't really a hit when it came out either.
I think it was. Yeah, it wasn't.
It's only like after Dark Knight that the sales on Ronin picked up.
I never read. You know, well, you know, I wasn't a big comics guy until I wanted to do them.
Right.
Except when I was younger, and then I got moved away because, as I told this story, the better I got at art, then the more I moved away from comics, because I was like, I could never do this. I could never do Walter Simonson. I could never do John Romita.
It's weird because I feel that way about different people's styles. Like I look at, and I'm not saying I'm as good as these people, so don't mistake that. But like I look at someone like early Art Adams, like the New Mutant Summer Special stuff and Long Shot, and like I comprehend it. So like I could do that. I look at it and I comprehend it fully. I know exactly where all the bells and whistles and what he's doing, how he's doing it. I totally get it. When I was younger, I didn't, but now I do. But then I see guys like Michael Golden, and I still will look at something like even something as cartoony as the Nom or the G.I. Joe annuals, or the G.I. Joe annual, and I'm like, the choices, like there's like a level of like Alex Toth, his distillation of putting the right line in the right place and just kind of knowing where that line goes. Golden has that, but he also has the detail and the light. And he's one of those guys where I every time I look at a certain, especially a certain era of Golden, I go, man, not touching it.
I love that Nom stuff. That's my favorite Golden. I had him on my show and I told him, you know, you're a modern day Roy Crane.
Yeah,
because you know he's doing the tech stuff, the military stuff, dead on, you know, and then the characters are cartoony and
bubblegum. They're great.
Yeah, the faces, you know, and the lighting effects on them, everything is like, oh my god.
Well, the thing he can do though is that the energy he brings, like if you look at his like the G.I. Joe stuff or the Nom stuff, like Jeeps going over, you know, something, it's like the Jeep almost bends, you know. With It's totally accurate, and yet at the same time he's manipulated it to make it a character in the story that it's just, you know.
It's
and I
brought squash and stretch from animation. It's squash and stretch. So if the car is going to jump, it kind of bounds. And to have that imagination, and again, it's deceptively simple. I'll look at like the way he'll render a pocket on a shirt, and it's like 3 shadow lines that indicate the form. The whole pocket's there, and it's the best drawn pocket I've ever seen.
Yeah,
drives me crazy.
Who doesn't love a good drawn pocket?
That's right.
You know, some of the best pockets.
Yeah, you went back to that art. He's also, you could see that he was inspired by Bill Malden. World War II, Willie and Joe cartoonist, just the way he did that, bending the vehicles and all. And I want to thank you, Graham Nolan, because Mr. Golden has agreed to come onto my channel. And I told him that we did a vote of our Mount Rushmore of comic book artists, and he was on it, and he did not believe us.
He actually said that when the last time I saw him was at I think it was at one of Mitch's show, and Neil, this was 2019. Mitch was Neil was there, Neil Adams was there, Michael Golden was there, and I said, dude, you're phenomenal. I just, everything you've done, I really enjoy. I said, it's got to be weird being the most talented guy in the building, and I meant it genuinely. And he goes, oh, don't let that guy over there hear you say that. And he pointed to Neil.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I just want to do Stat Zero, our brother.
Stat.
Yes,
what up, man?
my friend, $10. That ain't cheap. Hey, bros, thanks for all the insight, time spent, stories, and entertainment given over the last few years. These
Our pleasure.
Are gold. God bless your gold,
Thank
Stat
you,
Zero.
Stat.
Thank you.
Our pleasure, man.
God bless you, brother. God bless you.
If I can reply quickly to Boombots in there, he wants to know if he said, Lopresti, I missed the original Wraith Second Chance, just got into CG. Will you do another original? I have copies of it. So all you have to do is you can email me at aaron@aaronlopresti.com, or they'll be up on my website, hopefully in a couple of weeks. The books are supposed to get here Friday, and I'm going to start fulfilling the following week on those second prints. But if you want one, just contact me and I'll hook you up.
Excellent. Yeah, and getting back to I know we moved into the superhero thing, but to digress back to the horror thing. I'm a few years younger than you guys. I'm 56. So
well, wait, hold on.
Not you.
Oh, okay.
These
All
guys.
right. Yeah. Okay.
And I got into monsters, and I remember I missed so much. I mean, I did get a lot. We did get good stuff, and I was able to find stuff, but I dove into Famous Monsters of Filmland was my Bible. I mean, I had every issue of that. I literally think I had every single issue up to like number 160 that I collected all through college and everything like that. But I started collecting it in 6th grade. And I remember I even did, this was 1978 when I got into Famous Monsters of Filmland, but I would buy, the Fear book, the 1966 Fear book, right?
Yeah.
And you could buy Famous Monsters of Filmland #1 for $1. So I cut
right
it
there
out.
in the back, right? They had ads in the back for the back issues. Yeah.
So I cut it out and I put $1 and I mailed it in. I never got it.
Oh,
you never got it?
No, well, it was 1978. This is like 12 years earlier. The ad was.
Oh, right.
Maybe there's one cool guy there that'd be like, this kid's. We got to give this kid the book and go.
It's a liquor warehouse now.
Yeah, they didn't have it. Yeah. But no, they didn't have it. But again, I just went all in. That's why I love Werewolf by Night. Mobius, not so much. Morbius. I did love the Tomb of Dracula. I love the Eries, the Creepies.
That's what I read. It was eerie and
some
creepy.
of those were hard to find when I was a kid, like the Eries and Creepies. Like I never really saw those on the newsstand.
Really, they never showed up like in the magazine rack or anything like that with the magazines.
No, I mean we had. I used to get the Monster Times.
Yeah, I remember that. It was a newspaper. It was awesome.
Yes, yeah. That one I would show up at our local stores because I mean they did it in Brooklyn or something, So so distribution of the tri-state area was pretty good on that one.
Yeah, I would have shared. This is the trailer for Last Voyage of the Demeter because I want to see this. This is the film I'm looking forward to seeing this year.
12
It's the only one I'm looking forward to seeing.
What is the Demeter? Is that the boat that
brought Dracula to England?
Ah.
And it's a 12-page chapter, 12-page chapter in Mary Shelley's Dracula.
Yeah.
That is the final voyage of the last voyage of the Demeter, and it's I haven't read Dracula since like 9th grade, but I'm looking forward to reading it again because it says it's like a movie all in itself.
Yeah,
and it opens up with the line, Graham Nolan, Captain's Log. But I guess we'll wait for Aaron to come back because
it was like the original pulp story of its era. Dracula reads really cool and really modern, as opposed to Shelley's Frankenstein, which I have yet to be able to finish.
Oh, and speaking of Shelley's Frankenstein, look,
that's cool, Aaron.
Let's go big on Aaron.
Oh, there we go.
Wow, what year is that?
72. 1972.
I do not know of that. I never got the Monsters Times.
74.
74. Okay, that's a later one.
Look at, I got a big Godzilla poster on the inside.
Godzilla for president.
Yeah,
Look
and
at
you
this.
know who used to do work in there was Bernie Wrightson, Neil Adams.
Look at this. Supernatural superheroes. They had, of course, advertising the Jim Aparo Spectre series in Adventure Comics. You got Brother Voodoo down here. The Golem, if you remember him from Strange Tales for 3 issues. Kirby's the Demon. Oh, they got Valkyrie in there too. And there's Dracula right there. Tomb of Dracula.
Remember, guys, this isn't scripted.
That's right. Oh, look at Monster Times bookshelf. Look at all the stuff you can order.
Oh, I loved looking at that.
Billy,
stuff.
if you send them $2.99 right now.
Yeah.
I should send him some money and see where it
the
ends
address
up.
is something like Murray Hill Station.
Yeah.
Let's see here. It's
Long Island City, New York.
P.O. Box 595, Old Charles Station, New York, New York.
Yeah.
Is Old Charles Station still there, do you think?
I don't know. Looking for Zeta.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
that's cool that you still have that.
Oh, I got this recently. Look at Nosferatu. I picked this up off eBay.
I've got a slew of those.
Because this is the issue that I picked up. This is the one I found at some pharmacy or something. And I remember buying this issue. And that's how I discovered The Spectre by Jim Aparo. And I went and found that after reading that article in there. And so I had to get it for nostalgia reasons, you know. So
sure.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Shelley's Frankenstein, aka Lopez. All right, so let's go.
That was very good. That was very good, Billy.
Thank
You
you,
write
thank
that
you.
down and use it again.
Speaking of Shelley's Frankenstein,
Right, I know that's very clever.
Thank you. All right, here's a trailer for Last Voyage of the Demeter, which is due in theaters in August 11th.
Yeah, you said August, right?
Something like that. But let's check it out.
That's hip hop's 50th birthday.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, I care, Billy. I care, Billy. I was cold-blooded.
Okay, here we go.
Powerful evil.
Full screen.
Dracula.
I am full screen.
Look at that. Look at it. Look at it.
How do I go full screen? Super full screen.
You hit the little
hang on.
Look at that vampire.
Yes.
Are you kidding
All
me?
right. Hang on. I know. Let's do this, right? Let's light this candle. I have the dialogues. I have the speed up 125. Should I keep it at that or should I go regular?
Go regular.
I'm going regular. You think I care? Heck this.
We're not making any money off this anyway.
Yeah,
so.
really.
Evil is on board. Powerful evil.
We call him Dracula.
The Demeter.
Just pause it every 30 seconds and you'll be fine.
Okay, there's the affable captain of the ship with the young luck. Now, guys, let's take a poll. Does this young chap, this young lad to the left, lower left-hand part of the screen, does he survive? Does he hide in the barrel?
No one survives.
No one.
You don't think that's a lifeboat missing? No one survives.
Is that the same guy who is the captain of the Titanic?
I believe it is.
No, it's not.
It is. I think it is.
No, it isn't. That was the guy that was the captain of the Titanic was the guy who played he was the king in Return of the King, Lord of the Rings, the guy that was under Saruman's control, and then they broke him free. That was the guy that was the captain
This
in
guy's from
Titanic.
Game of Thrones. I think this guy was in Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
His voice sounds very familiar, though.
Well, let's see. I thought the same thing, Graham.
Shipping private crates.
That would have been funny.
Contents unknown. Out at sea with no land in sight.
This here's Clemens. He's a doctor.
You dress like a learned man. University of Cambridge. I know my way around the boat. Our charter has agreed pay bonus for timely arrival in London.
Let me show you the ship. This here is Huckleberry.
The dog dies.
To get the use clear.
Demeter's a fine boat, no doubt.
Because they were not coffins, correct? In Dracula, they were boxes of earth. So the whole thing about coffins is not in Dracula at all. That's a Hollywood thing.
Right. Yeah, because he was shipping his crates of earth.
Yes.
Yeah, there goes the dog.
Something ripped about the animals. All the livestock. This looks like a bite. Search the ship everywhere. Evil is in board. Powerful evil.
Hope it's not this dark in the movie.
I know.
You hope it's what? You hope it's what?
Not this dark.
In the theaters, you can't see
It's
anything.
hard to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Don't get too cute.
In night, it drinks our blood. He is here. We call him Dracula.
Look at this.
He's coming! Did you see the size of that bloody thing? I'm gonna kill the cursed thing.
He is on this ship. Which means we will
I
never
love
leave
it
it.
where he's crawling with his wings on his arm.
Yeah.
What's that? Sorry.
That's shot. Go back just a little bit where he's crawling on the across the deck with you. He has his wings are on his arms and he looks like a bat crawling across the.
Yeah, that looks neat.
The devil is real. May God have mercy on us all.
Oh, I think I missed that. Damn it.
Oh, look at that.
That's cool.
Oh, that's
Look at that.
It's hard to tell because when you pull it back, there, right there, that's the shot right there.
There it is. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Pablo Pascal. Oh, all right. Bro, look at that.
Yeah, look at that. That looks cool.
Please let it look real, and let's see it. Here we go.
He is
Oh,
on
yeah.
this ship. Which means we will never leave it.
The devil is real. May God have mercy.
Now, see,
on us
I'm
all.
of a mind that if you treat this like Jaw, oh, look at that.
Yeah,
If
you
you treat
pause
this
it at
like
the great spots.
Thank you. It's a talent. Never had a record.
no, you treat this character like Jaws, right? See him every little bit here and there. He's going to be much scarier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I don't know. I gotta tell you, this really does look like the guy from the Fight
All right, you ready for some
Evil is in
spoilers?
board.
You ready
Oh,
for
man.
my speculation spoilers?
Yes.
It's a prequel.
If I was a movie exec and I was trying to figure out, okay, how can we get some mileage out of this? You notice they made a point of letting you know that the black guy is a doctor, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he escapes the ship and becomes Van Helsing going forward. If that happens, you can thank me because I guessed it 3 months ahead of time.
So he's going to be Black Helsing?
Well, it is Hollywood.
It is Hollywood now. A lot of freaks out there.
It wouldn't surprise me because how do you do a movie like this where everybody dies at the end? You got to have someone survive.
Rogue
And of
One.
course, you have the
Rogue
doctor
One.
survive and he becomes Van Helsing.
Rogue
See?
One.
If the doctor survives, the little boy's got to survive. They
Well,
maybe they
maybe.
get off the ship on a rowboat. You know, there's like one of the lifeboats gets off.
All I
It's
care about
spoiler.
is that the dog survives.
That
Well,
doesn't.
that ain't- I
We
don't
heard
know.
the howl already, man. We heard it whimper.
Well, that doesn't mean
Well,
he
isn't that,
died.
wait a minute, isn't that how Dracula got off the boat in the book? Because he turned into a wolf and
Yes.
ran off?
Yeah,
He
he
got
turned
into-
into a wolf, yeah.
Interesting. Well, speaking of monsters,
Oh, we were, weren't we? Oh, hey, there it is.
hey, let me.
Oh, transition right there.
Thank you.
That's a
Well,
successful
thank you,
transition.
Kicking ass, Graham Nolan. $65,000. You have 10 days left, my brother.
Yeah.
Talk
10 days.
about
And
that.
this ends in 10 days. There's no in
Oh,
demand,
really?
just like the last one. Yep.
Holy
Yep.
smokes, man. I'm glad I got it.
We're about just past the halfway mark of shipping part one. And we started that almost a month early. So we're hoping that we'll be able to start shipping this earlier than what we promised, which is
I
a good
think
thing. You know, if you can
I'm
get it
pretty
out
sure I
earlier.
backed that. Where's my copy? Jeez, man.
Well, which level did you back? Because Julie does it by levels.
Yeah.
I did the cheap level.
No, but I mean, did you get the Nolan cover or did you get the?
Oh, I got a variant. Who did the variant?
The variant. Okay, so the variant ones haven't been fulfilled.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Anthony Gonzalez Clark.
But that's
I can't
variants.
remember, I
and
can't even
yours,
remember
right?
what it was.
I know.
That's the
I'm the
thing. You
same
back
way.
these campaigns and you're like, Wait a minute. What did I order?
I know. We've all been there.
Yep, I did that with the Diaz brothers, man. I'm like, did I back this?
I thought I did.
Then again, I have a pile of about 40 boxes I haven't opened.
Oh
Exactly.
my God, dude,
Exactly.
I am
Mine
so
are right
guilty
over
of
there.
that.
Yeah.
I am so guilty of that. My gotta read log is so tall.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta take him out of the damn. I gotta take him out of the damn Geminis because
The mailers. Yeah, I know.
And we recycle here on the Professionals. Just to let you know. So if you get one from me with a Compass Comic sticker on it, that's just for saving trees. We're not cheap.
Cheapo.
We don't hug trees around here.
No.
We cut them down and build our homes.
The dude,
play the trailer. This is a really cool player.
What the hell? You should be buying the biggest level, Lopez.
I'm on a budget, man.
I know we all are.
Well,
I still have a daughter. I still have a daughter in college, you guys.
I just paid for 3 weddings.
I know. I should have bought like 10 copies to help you out.
I know.
Oh,
I'm just digging out of the hole now.
You guys are scaring me.
Oh, yeah.
It's worse.
It's coming, Dan. It's coming.
I know.
Hey,
Keep
if
them
you
young
think
as
that
long as you
the last Voyage of the Demeter is cool, wait till you see this trailer.
Okay.
All right, let's play it, bro.
Let's see
Full
it.
screen, homie. I'm hip. I'm down with it. You have to play it. I'm sharing your screen.
Oh, you're sharing my screen? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
Can we figure out what's going on here, guys? Come on. That's why we need a script.
Okay, here we go.
I love that, by the way.
Yeah.
You got me right here.
At the beginning of Xanadu.
No sound?
Oh, yeah.
No, it's got sound.
He said it's like the beginning of Xanadu. That's awesome.
Great.
Is that our same trailer guy, Graham? Is that the same guy that has been doing your trailers?
Yes.
And mine? Yeah.
Yep.
Exception.
That's
Nick,
awesome.
Nick Roche.
Yeah, Nick. Great
Yeah,
job.
Nick does all my stuff.
All right, go back to your campaign. And let's see
Oh.
where we're at and talk to us now. So this campaign, you've already halfway through fulfilling Joe Frankenstein 1, as
Right.
we like to say in the biz, JF1. So now JF2. Hey, did you get your copy of JF1? Yeah. So let's talk JF2 here.
Yeah. Well, the monster and Joe are now on Long Island. Joe's girlfriend has been kidnapped by the bride and is trying to lure Joe and the monster to her, and successfully does, because she needs to get their blood, and because that's going to unlock the secret of eternal life, which she doesn't have. And so they're fighting for their lives, trying to rescue Joe's girlfriend Sky, and all the hordes of hell are against them here. And
I think the bigger question is, Graham, did you shoot your dog in that picture? What's going on over there? He looks
he's a basset hound. She's a slug.
He's just blah.
Yeah, she's just laying out in the sun, you know.
How is she going upstairs and downstairs?
Oh, like a bat out of hell sometimes.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Does she
yeah.
fall down because she's got little legs, and when she goes down the stairs, is she like,
No. She's got a lot of muscle. She's got her, huge shoulders and stuff. So
my dog, when he was a puppy, would sit up at the top of the stairs and was scared to death. Now he just goes like lightning up and down the stairs. It's crazy.
Nope. Speaking of that, here comes my lunatic coming up the stairs right now.
Here's it was fun turning old conventions on their ears, like Frankenstein and the windmill. So here he's got a lair in these modern windmills.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
It looks great, though. Really looks great,
Now,
buddy.
did you write this, or is this Chuck wrote these?
This is me with Chuck, but it's mostly me.
Okay. Because you guys, this was originally like a series, wasn't it? A miniseries or something?
Yes.
Several years ago?
Yeah, IDW published it. But
right.
The lettering was terrible. The printing, they didn't advertise it or anything like that. We've made more on this thing now than the entire series and hardcovers that they did.
Well, get it, man. Get it to complete that story, everybody. Join and get JF2, man.
Get JF1 and JF2 and JFK while you're at it.
So the double trouble. So the double trouble tier to the right, that is JF1 and JF2, right? Or is that
no? That's both number 2, but with the alternate covers, the variant cover.
Okay. Is there a chance for someone a second chance at getting JF1?
Yes. As soon as all the backers are fulfilled from the first campaign, Joe Frankenstein Part 1 will go to the Compass Comics website. So they'll be able to buy it there.
Excellent.
Yeah. Now they'll pay more for it because the backers get the lowest prices.
Right.
That's just, how it is. They're the ones that make it happen.
Yep.
So they deserve the biggest break.
Yeah, we're doing that too. We did that with our omnibus the first time, and it's a $100 book, and we sold it for $60, and the same with our new one as well. So you get, you immediately save yourselves $40.
That monster action there.
Look at that, it's great. Is that a water tower? What is that? A lighthouse?
No, that's the windmill.
Windmill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, right there.
Oh, okay. The wind turbine killing whales by the dozens annually.
Yeah, so he's fighting the vampires, tossing them off. His power is beyond reason.
Now, is Joe? Is he immune to the vampire bite?
No.
Oh, so we can have a VJF.
Yeah, no. When we first meet him in Part 1, it's because he's delivering pizzas. He's a pizza delivery guy, and these hot chicks are at the door, but they're vampires, and he walks in there, and then they turn all snaggly and try to bite him. But he's saved by the monster, and that's where he realizes that the monster's been watching over him his entire life, and all the other descendants of the Frankenstein line as penance for killing Victor Frankenstein and murdering all those people in the villages. So that's what he's been doing, and it gives him sort of a heroic aspect to his character, that he's been paying for the crimes that he had committed. And so he's been watching over the kid, and then he informs him that there's a world that you don't know about. There's more to heaven and earth than your what is it, Horatio? I forget what the quote was.
There's more to heaven and earth than in your imagination.
Something like that. Yeah. So that's the message that he gives the boy, and then. So then they're on the run together, and now, his entire life has been disrupted and was never what he thought it was.
So it becomes a buddy movie then. It's kind of a buddy comic with him and the monster, Joe and the monster on the run together.
Yeah. It's a buddy action and horror tale.
Now, does the monster become almost like a father figure, like a surrogate father to young Joe here?
You'll just have to read it and find out.
Yeah, I was going to say, Billy, why don't we just ruin the whole book? Why don't you just ask him how it ends now and just get to the point?
No, Lopez, time out. Anyway, no, Niall took away all my sound effects, all my clips.
He did.
Yeah, he did, bastard. But is the monster like a honey badger? Is he immune to the vampire bites? Or
yes.
He is. Okay.
Yeah. They don't affect him. He's not living. So, they hurt, and they can hurt him,
right.
But he's been around for 200 years. So, he has had the ability to raise fortunes. So he has hideouts all around the world, and he has a small army of people around the world that are under his employ. He has shell companies called the Lazarus Corporation that invest in things, and that's where some of that's going to tie into Ghosts of Metacumba Key too. And
hey, Randy Howell has a quote. He has the correct quote, Graham, that we were stumbling for.
there are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. There it is. Thank you, Randy.
Yep. All the way from Canada, he sent that.
Yeah, it's just like your feelings, you know, your feelings is because your truth doesn't mean shit. Your feelings aren't the truth. The truth is the truth, the real truth. That's all, man.
That's beautiful, man.
Thank you. That's in the What is a Woman movie. That's Jordan Peterson. It's not me. Question, James Murphy, another Irishman. Hey, Billy, ask him how Joe wins at the end and how the Thank you for that one. Super chat to read that one because brilliance will get you noticed.
That's right.
Well, I was so proud of you. I'm proud of all you guys and the success we've all been having. Thank you all to you guys, the backers out there. You guys are amazing. We are totally indebted to you. And what can we say? Just you guys are aces, man. You've changed our lives. Really have. So well done. All right, I'm gonna move on to Fraga is not here. Well, I'll go to my campaign if that's all right then. Is that all right, Graham?
Fine with me. You're the
you got to stop
your host, man.
No, you got to take it off, right? Or do I?
No, it's you. I let you.
There we go.
All right.
All right, guys, I'll be right back.
All right, good. So anyway, so this
no,
that was quick.
Watch it.
That was quick.
All right, guys. So I'm going to go to my
back. I'll be right back. No, seriously.
All right, everybody.
We don't know if he is.
Yeah, we don't know. Everybody, Senryaku Omnibus Edition. Thank you all. This is our latest campaign. We just launched it. It's a 29-day campaign. We are on day 4. Right? Is that 29 plus? Would that be day 5? Sorry, day 5. No, day 4. We launched it. Yeah. So, guys, this is right out of the gate. We are so we're closing in on 500 backers. 23 days left. We're almost at $57,000. And I want to share the video. We still don't have that final video because Niall Scala is just too busy apparently. Thank you all for supporting.
Very nice.
I'm really proud of this book. It's got 36 individual short stories, illustrated, written by Gary Cohn. and illustrated by some of the greatest comic artists ever to walk the earth, including some of those who have dearly departed, who had left us, namely George Perez, Jason Pearson, Frank Frazetta, and this book will be dedicated to them. But guys, thank you. I don't even know what to say. The book is now supersized. Thank you all. $50,000 stretch goal was on lock, so it'll be a companion piece to our last omnibus edition. And I don't know what to tell you. I'm just thank you guys for doing a new perk where I do 25 of these little remarked prints, 11 by 17 prints, and I don't know what to say. You guys are just incredible. I'm just so happy. I can't wait to show you this art. Over 50% of the art, maybe like 70% of the art has never been seen before. Like the Jay Lee's original art, his original black and white. It's actually a color scan of his original black and white. Look how illustrated this is back in, like we used to do. Look, he's got airbrush highlights,
Oh yeah. Spatter effect.
Yep. Splatter all before the, he's masking here, with the ninjas and things like that. And just a great, what a wonderful time in comics when we just we could do anything. That's how we felt. When I was publishing, again, I go back to like Brian Polito, I go back to, Terry Moore, to Jeff Smith. And man, there was no F's given. We just, what we wanted to do, like, hey, I'm going to ask Frank Frazetta to do a cover.
Like now. This is how we are now.
Yep, it is. It's exactly what it is. So we have every artist is going to have their own dedicated biography page, and with an unseen she sketch or illustration too. And here's Adam Hughes's beautiful piece, and Joe Jusko, a boy, Joe.
Love Joe.
Yeah, this is actually in our family room, right? This piece. So, and I want to thank all the people out there that some of this art, like that Adam Hughes art, was not mine. It was owned by my bro Scott Lamke, who had commissioned it back in the day, and for coming through and giving us all that art. So we got She Coins, our 25th anniversary of Senryaku, and you get a second chance to get in your omnibus edition. But like before, the omnibus edition now is $100. The first time we did the campaign, it was only 60. So and the same with this. You get this book, 240 pages, hardcover, premium, oversized omnibus, $60.
Beautiful.
So thank you all. Love you guys. You all rock. And let's keep it going, man. We're closing in on $60,000. So thank you all.
Awesome.
Boom. All right. Mr. Fraga the Boom.
Yes, sir. Mr. Mom is my name.
You are working. How many hours a night do you sleep?
6.
6. Oh, you do? You get that 6 in?
Barely.
So you're basically working the whole time. Now look at this. Here's Lopez is bragging about how good Wraith of God is doing. You got Graham Nolan out. You got Graham Nolan out Lopezing.
Stop. Listen, they're on time. I'm not.
Dude, I'm trying to build you up here.
No. I don't need any building up. I need to keep working and finish my book. And that's why I was.
Right. Oh, for some reason, Dan Fraga muted himself. We don't know what's going on with that. And he's just. Dan Fraga, boom, approaching $250,000.
Yeah.
Well, tell us the story. I know this is something this is your passion project since 93?
93 was development. 94 would be the 30-year anniversary. This is a team of eclectic heroes. I mean, I could tell you the story behind the creation of it. You asked those kind of questions. Basically, I thought about all the things that I wanted to draw and how sometimes your pen is fickle, right? Sometimes you want to draw robots. Sometimes you want to draw monsters. Sometimes you want to draw, aliens or big guns and whatever, and do it loudly. So I just put all the things that I enjoy from my childhood in a book, and then I had to use my brain and figure out a way to make it all make sense. And so, I think this book had what I call baby cobra-itis. It's like it's the way I describe my 4-year-old. She's got a Corvette engine and a Celica as far as her spirit. Like, she's 4, so she she's revving all the time. So you know, when I was younger and I created this, I think I put a Corvette engine in a Celica, and now we're building the ultimate car. So, and that's look at that wonderful Shane Davis piece. I should make that a cover, but you know, it's a pinup. But
you know the funny thing is, this kind of looks like Shane, don't it?
What do you mean?
It looks like Shane. It looks like when he's
he drew it. He drew it. You mean in the face?
Yeah, in the
what
face.
kind of bullet casings are those, you think?
I don't know. No, I wrote a story. I wrote a story to make it all make sense. But then with this one, you know, the original Black Flag, and the reason why I offer the original issues as a PDF on this ended on a cliffhanger. It ended with my character Hellfire holding this thing called the Gulkin coin. And we never told people what the possession of this coin allowed the possessor to do. But if the devil wanted it and the devil has it, what is the devil going to do with it? And that's what this series is about. It's about what the devil is doing with this coin. And I can't really say too much more than that. And this issue ends on a cliffhanger. And the next installment of this is called WTF. Black Flag. No, I'm dead serious. It's called Black Flag WTF. Walk Through Fire. But
so we're talking BF2. WTF.
Oh, dude, yeah, Black Flag. This is, and here's the other thing. In wrapping myself up in my lateness, we are making great strides and efforts to make sure it never happens again. As far as the delay, and what I need to do that is give myself a little more breathing room and take the lessons learned from this campaign. A lot of them unavoidable, a lot of sickness, a lot of death, a lot of natural disasters. But again, I need to future-proof it. So our next campaign is going to be not unlike what a Billy Tucci would do, an omnibus with all that bells and whistles and all the behind-the-scenes sketches and things. And while that campaign's going, I'm going to draw Black Flag 2. So by the time I campaign Black Flag 2, the momentum will be there. So,
it looks great.
Yeah.
Everyone understands. I mean, like I said, this is a passion project of yours.
Well, that's it. Like you see this page, this is a bit cacophonous, but understand it's cacophonous on purpose. There's actually a story purpose behind this. You know, I don't want anybody going, man, Fraga can draw, but he knows nothing about design. That's a big bunch of gray. I know what I'm doing. Just put it that way. I know what I'm doing, but it's also a lot of work, like a Swiss clock. There's a lot of things going on that aren't obvious in this book that are taking a lot of forethought. Things in issue 3 that have to be set up in issue 1, but set up in a way that aren't obvious. And a lot of them are visual cues, a lot of Easter eggs and things like that. So, but like I said, Bill Ray's quote hit me. You know, this is the thing I see in my head is the ultimate. So, you know, that's where I'm at. I work on it every day.
You're doing it. Yep, you're doing it. You'll get it done, and everyone's going to love it.
Yeah,
we all love you.
And I'm not going anywhere. I'm not. You know, a lot of you see some guys, they hit it and quit it, and they've disappeared. But I'm not going anywhere. This is my family. You guys are my brothers. The chat's my family. So
well, it's an astonishing campaign. You have 3,455 backers. Again,
I know, so close to 3, 4, 5, 6. Right?
How crazy is that?
Yeah, it's nuts, and it's a behemoth. Both in the campaign itself, the support from our brothers like Ethan, the big support from Ethan. Mm-hmm. We've had support from all kinds of different channels, you know, Heel versus Babyface, Nick Ricada, Umbrella Guy, a lot of really, you know, and even other channels that don't have as many viewers. The way I saw it was that new eyeballs are new eyeballs. I don't care if it's one set or 1,000 people. One person is who we're trying to get our stuff, because that one person, if they enjoy it, will spread the word.
Word up.
Yeah.
We got well, like I said, keep at it, keep on, keep it on. That's what we're doing. We got a Leg Kick gave us a $2 super chat. Thank you, buddy.
I love
Leg Kick. Putting out the work of your careers. I believe that.
We are
100%. Thank you.
And you know what's really terrific about this is that it's also kind of a new dawn where guys our age, I'm going to include myself because it's the case. There wasn't perhaps there was, I'm going to rephrase it. Perhaps there was a degree of ageism or styleism in comics where they kind of phased people out.
There definitely was.
Yeah, and I would imagine what that does to someone's soul, the elixir of creativity, the elixir that keeps us up and going and want to be champions. I think that probably does something to somebody. I feel like we're the first of our kind in that we should be in our twilights and kind of winding down. And I really feel like this is where we're taking off. And
so it's really like a dawn of the dead.
Kind of, but I ain't dead.
We're back from the grave, baby.
We are. But so thankful to this community and this movement as a whole that we can do this. And the other thing I was thinking about Heroes, right? The convention that some of us are going to be at, and how, you know, I don't know. I left comics in 2003, but when I go back to 2000, what's up? Oh, okay. When I go back to like 2002, 2003, and I think about the sort of elitism of the comic industry, there were a lot of gates being kept, and you weren't cool because, like, I could speak for myself. I had tons of issues of being, oh, you're one of those Image guys, or you're one of Liefeld's guys, like just dismissive, completely dismissive.
Like the Rock Corley, they were doing that to you. Like, did
what's
you?
That in the late 90s, early 2000s, like, and when I started doing stuff at Marvel, oh, we don't want your splashy image stuff. Like there was that kind of language, you know, and I always felt like Aaron is a perfect example. He waited in a portfolio line as a pro.
Yeah.
Okay. That is hat in hand desperation that I have myself experienced. That shouldn't be the case, but it's all happens to do with those in power and those not in power. And now the reason why we don't get all the love and all of the reviews or anybody, you know, giving us any light is because they don't want to create a problem. But the fact of it is we're a problem. Yeah. We're going to walk in those shows as equals with you guys who were holding it down and keeping it quote unquote cool. We're going to walk in and be cooler than you.
That's well, right. The only reason they had that feeling of power, because it never really was real power, was because they controlled distribution. They were the big guys. If you wanted to consider yourself a pro, you had to be working for Marvel or DC and get a decent rate, possibly royalties and all that kind of stuff. So they had everything in the bag, and so they could spit you out when they felt they didn't need you. They'd build you up and then toss you aside like you know, yesterday's garbage. Thinking that you've got no place else to go. Right. But now we do. Now we don't need them.
Nope.
Now we're not only, you know, doing the best work, we're doing it for ourselves. We're doing it for our fans and our backers, and they're seeing the passion that's coming out of the pens.
Right. It does something to our spirit in a positive way. It doesn't, like reading those Herb Trimpe journals, you know, the sort of like, basically I'm dying out here, guys. And I co-created Wolverine, you know what I mean? Like same with Len Wein. Like I saw Len Wein came to visit Mattel when I was working there. This is like 2015, maybe 2014, 2015. He came to visit our offices and he, you know, came in with a cane and he was looking for work. He was looking to do some screenwriting, you know, scripting for some of our cartoons. And I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, this is a fucking god of comics. You know what I mean? Like he should have been like, they just should be keeping him busy, you know, but anyhow.
The reality is he shouldn't have had to be working at all.
True that.
He should have been financially secure because of everything he contributed to comics and the money he generated for those corporations. He should have.
They don't care.
No,
they
don't care.
And that's the thing too, is that I was at San Diego last year, and a pro who hasn't worked in a while came up to me and was talking to me about Comicsgate, and he said, well, I've never had a problem with Ethan. They just bring up Ethan, and he says, but and he's gay and a buddy of mine, and he's like, well, but as a gay man, but I'm out because I just turned 60, so. But he hasn't written much in the past 10 years because he was 50, the ageism and all, because even though he doesn't check all the right boxes, that was his own description of himself. And he's a really talented writer that has done some truly significant work. And nope, he's out.
Right.
And again, like me, look at Aaron. Aaron, hat in hand, there's Aaron online at a comic convention trying to meet with editors to get work because he's got a family to feed.
Yeah, and he's an established pro.
Yep, and the same thing with me. Like, here I come in after selling 3 million comics or so, nominated for a couple of Eisners, and I start working for Marvel begrudgingly against one person that worked there or so. And they wanted me. I had to submit breakdowns of the script because they didn't think I was a good storyteller for just to that dig, you know what I mean? That dig to show that they have some sort of power, even though that person didn't want me to work at it all, is one of the higher ups, overrode his decision because I was good for the book. And
I had an editor tell me to do the same thing at Marvel. They hired me to do this Captain America series, and she goes, "Yeah, well, we'd like you to submit layouts, before you go to pencils." I said no.
Wow.
I said no. Oh, really? I said, yeah. I have an Inkpot award for my contributions to the art form, and I'm known. My style is my storytelling. I'm not going to submit layouts to you who have 25-year-old girl who has no concept of how to tell a visual narrative.
Yep.
Yeah. So goes, oh, okay. Oh, no, that's fine. Was
she trying to do it for schedule sake to like get it lettered before?
No.
No.
It was a control issue.
Okay. Yeah. I'm like trying to think of, all the avenues, but yeah, no, a lot of times
it was control. They wanted to see because they're probably used to working with people that, were shitty storytellers that, that they get these pages back and they're like, well, this isn't very good.
Mine was purely personal because I heard it from others that it was but what's interesting though, you're saying that is that they had the power for their contributions. People are talking about us. They're talking about that we are living our dreams. We are publishing our own creator-owned IPs. And I'm really looking forward to these two upcoming conventions to Heroes Con for us to be hanging out, and then
in Garden
State. There's a lot of pros coming, and every show when we're out there hanging, you're going to get one or two of those guys. Like, I got to ask you something. The curious questions will be flowing, and they're like this.
Yeah, especially when the bourbons gets brought out.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Jersey because I can drink there.
Yes, we're all looking forward to getting you liquored up because all you got to do is walk into that hotel room.
Way to say what?
I said, we're looking forward to watching you drink too. As I said, all you got to do is walk from the parking lot to your hotel room because we're right outside the Mean Graham.
Yeah, we're right outside there. We put the beds of the trucks down and we.
Okay, I haven't been told which in Garden State. I haven't been told. No, maybe it is. No, it's Heroes. I don't know what hotel I'm at. That's what it is.
You probably the Westin. They usually put us all at the Westin.
Okay.
And I guess Renee is coming, right, to Heroes.
Is she?
Didn't we see her on the map? Didn't Andy or you say?
I'll have to look. I'll have to look. What a weird map, dude, because the map on the mobile app was different than the map that was on the desktop version of the site, which is what threw me all off because I'm like, how am I over here? There's stairs, and it wasn't.
Well, there is a Lopez showing up, so let's hope it's our Lopez.
It's not, and that bums me out. If we could get Thibert and Lopez, it's
Lopez got a big trip coming up at San Diego way.
Yeah. So hopefully I'll see Aaron then. If that all goes through.
We'll all go out for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely for that. And Anna's coming down too. So
Oh yeah.
Yep. She's coming down too.
You're gonna have too much Portuguese in one place, man.
Portuguese. Gotta find a Portuguese restaurant, then you guys can just bitch about it, and we'll see how.
Nah, man, linguiça. Get some linguiça.
Yeah. Well, for our friends that couldn't make it, let's do a little sharing here.
Yeah.
Our Thibert.
Thibert, the man.
And 1257 1492. He's got the Christopher Columbus numbers going on here. Yeah, our boy RTB. He's talking about doing the work of your career.
Yeah.
Off the hook, man.
Look at those layouts.
Yeah, it really is.
I approved every one of his layouts before he went forward.
Oh, did you?
Oh, good. Yeah, because evidently artists need that.
Yeah, look at Kenneth Roquefort's layouts too, right here. I mean,
so clean.
You gotta love that layout, huh?
He's got a book coming out here. Broken Tune's going to be out here pretty quick too, I think.
Nice. I love this. That's Joe Bennett.
Yep.
So nice.
A fun little animation style.
Mm-hmm.
But RT Barry, and we know Art is working day and night on this book, and I love how I mean, because just like you guys, most of the majority of his career, except for a few bright moments like you, Fraga, with your creator-owned stuff, is mostly been working for the majors, and him being an inker, not even being the penciler on it.
Right.
And his pencils, look at this, pencils are off the hook.
Yeah,
this guy can draw his ass off. Look how hot she is.
Well, that's why when Jim left Marvel to go to do his stuff at Image, he was only doing breakdowns on those last X-Men. And Thibert was doing finishes, but he managed to make it look like, primetime Jim.
Yeah.
And that's because he gets it.
Well, guys, everyone, please check out our boy RT Bear, our fellow professional. Black and White Volume 2, Man versus Machine. Just exceptional work.
Yeah.
And of course, how can we? And last but not least, let's give the first man of CG his due, his comeuppance. Core Draft, The Reckoning breaks 80,000. Good for you, buddy.
Yeah, well done, Andy. Well done.
Yep, I think this is Andy's biggest campaign to date, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Well done. Well deserved, buddy. Good job.
He's worked very hard.
Yep. And he's worked. I mean, but he's doing cons. He's a traveling man. He
does his morning show with Dennis.
Yep. I don't know what his sleep record is, but he's this true Conan feel to it. Look at that, cutting gut, spilling slop. Good for you, Andy. I'm looking forward to seeing Andy at both Heroes and you, Fraga, and
just can't get enough.
Garden State.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if anyone's joining us, for Heroes Con, let's stop the screen. We'll end it here, guys.
Heroes will be on Father's Day.
Yes, it will, and I'll be without my kids on that.
I'll have one. I'll have Lilybell, and I'm gonna drive home. But that's the last day of my 40s too.
Oh shoot!
And then Monday.
Debbie said I wanted me to come home on Father's Day.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm like, we'll do it Monday because I don't want to pack that that big show.
What weekend is Heroes Con?
Father's Day weekend.
Yeah, the 16, 17, 18.
Okay, so Billy, are you coming on my show? You said you wanted a guest spot to promote your wares.
I'm leaving on it's the 16th, 17th. No,
I mean this Sunday. This Sunday. Do you want to be on my show?
Yeah, yes, please. I'll put that in right now. Thank you. What time do we go on?
I'll bring you on at 4:30 Pacific time, which would be 7:30 your time.
7:30. Excellent. Thank you, buddy.
Yep. There you go. Billy Tucci, guest on Aaron Live this Sunday.
Yeah. My son's got a wrestling tournament, and we have our American Legion County Convention. Well, will be my color guard that I'm leading.
Matt Yackey's going to be at Heroes too.
Nice. Well, here's the thing, guys. For Heroes Con, that Friday night and Saturday night, we all hang out. We chill out in the lobby or outside because the weather's going to be gorgeous, just like New Jersey. We'll be doing that, and the same thing at Garden State Comic Fest. We'll be hanging out outside of the what's our hotel, Graham? Parsippany Suites? Parsippany Suites or something?
I'll tell you. Hold on.
Yeah.
Survey says.
It is the Sinesta Suites, Morris
Sinesta
Plains.
Suites in Parsippany?
Morris Plains.
Morris Plains, which is a hop, skip, and a jump away from the convention center.
Yeah.
And
is it?
Oh yeah, it's like 5 minutes away.
How are we getting to and from the show?
Yeah, I'll take you. I'll drive you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have my truck too.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And and then that Saturday night we're hanging out. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. As Graham said, we pull our trucks up in the parking lot. We lower the beds. Graham shows me how the lights work on my truck.
That's true.
I know I have bed lights. He's like,
well, you know what? Dave said that this is a different hotel. It's not the same hotel we were in last time. And he said that there's like I think he said there's an outdoor area, there might be a fire pit or something, so we might be able to hang there.
Oh, even but chairs.
Yeah.
and
yeah.
a pool or something.
We'll do a an intel search there and we'll figure it out.
We'll reconnoiter.
Reconnoiter.
So so we're looking forward to seeing you guys. If you're there, put a shout out that you will be there. We're having a lot of fun doing what we do. Lopez, I will see you, and hopefully this man in down San Diego way too. We're gonna have a lot of fun. I get into San Diego Tuesday night. Lopez, let me know what your schedule is.
I'm getting in Tuesday night too, about 9 o'clock, I think.
Well, they were talking something about the 20th, so I don't know what day that is.
Lopez, where are you staying?
That's a Thursday.
I'm staying at the gas lamp hotels, the either the Hilton or the
West End or something.
Okay, you guys.
All right. Well,
tell me where is Coronado Island?
That's
across. Way away. It's on the other side of the bay.
Because that's where the documentary wants to put us, hotel wise. Because
wow,
that's a great hotel, but it's a ways away from the con.
That's a 5-star hotel.
Yeah, well, but it's a ferry ride, right?
Yeah, you got
that's
a bridge too, I think.
That's what they're talking about. So that's why I have no clue.
You're gonna ride that ferry to San Diego, aren't you?
You would. You would.
Do they have
get on that ferry
in San Diego? Because I know they got them in LA and in San Francisco, but do they have them?
They do.
San Diego. Oh, that's a big Navy base, so that's why.
Yeah. Well, that's where the Navy SEALs train on Coronado.
Yep.
So,
Lopez, if you're up for it, or at least Wednesday night after the con too, let's hang out. But I stay at the Marriott, which is right next door.
Lucky. How? Yeah. How do you get a room at the Marriott these days?
I've been exhibiting there for 30 years, man.
Dude, the Marriott is not the hard one to get. The ones that I get are the ones that are hard to get, that are right across from where. Well, you're farther down the convention
right next door.
I'm right at the end. And you go right across the tracks. There's like 3 or 4 hotels right there, and those are the ones everybody wants to get because but you're down farther, like in the middle of the.
I'm right next door.
Yeah, you're in the one that has the round building.
Yeah, classic. That's the classic hotel.
Yeah, we're at they got the big tiki bar. They got the pools. They got fire pits in the back.
It's I meant your table. I meant your table. Your table's in the middle of the convention center.
Yeah.
I'm at the far end, so you're close. That's the Marriott used to be the closed hotel because everybody it was at that end of the convention center. But now it's the entire convention center. You try and get the hotel that's closest to where your table is. So you don't have to walk as far.
Yeah, but they got a great bar. They got great restaurants there. But we're already looking into restaurants too, for like maybe Wednesday night after, because it ends at 9. So we're gonna have to make reservations because we were walking around for an hour trying to find a place to eat after that damn show.
Yeah, good luck.
I don't think I'm even going to stay till 9 or 8. Well, I think I'm going to go from 5 to like 7. Like, let's get out of here. But Lopez, you do Lopez, but we'll talk.
Hey, if the money's coming in, I'm staying. If it ain't coming in, I'm leaving.
That's it. Well, we'll be in touch. So, guys, I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. We had a very long Brofessionals. It was supposed to be our chill stream, which it was. A lot of fun. Almost 2 hours and 20 minutes. Yeah. Just thank you guys. Please back all the bros and their fantastic campaigns. All the CG guys. We're all in this. We're all a family. Check us all out. We all like to help each other out and to support one another. And like I said, it's a privilege being a part of this with you guys and everyone out there. And again, you guys out there especially, we wouldn't be here if it weren't for you guys. So I'm going to take us out real quick. And everyone have a great, great week. And for those of you that are going to be going to the conventions in June, we hope to see you.
Amen.
Thanks a million, guys. Everyone have a great night. And let me find end screen, end scene. Hello.
Hey everyone, thank you for joining us on Pop XP. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button and also click the bell for notifications when we go live and we upload some awesome new content. Also, don't forget to head on over to Twitter and follow us at the Pop XP and over on Instagram at the Pop XP. Thanks again everyone, and we'll see you soon.